I'm not a crypto guy, and you're not talking to the right person, but I'm talking about ethics, lying, good business practices, stringing people along, making false claims, all this sort of
Yes.
stuff. I've got to take. That's what I put my values on. But now to string people along and say that this could be real, there's too many factors that says this is a sinking ship.
Okay.
But you want to hang on to this hope that you think he's trying to do that thing, which, I mean, it's feasible. Okay. I don't know if it's feasible. I know nothing.
No, it's not feasible. And that's why I got out of bed. Flakpanzer, this is total BS that you're talking about. And I actually heard all this, and I got out and I heard what you're talking about last night. MEV, right? So what you're saying is that somewhere out there, but only on the Polygon blockchain, there are people who are out there who actually want to buy more assets than are available at any one time, and they're prepared to pay more. But not only is there one person who wants to do it, there are tens of thousands of people all on the same blockchain who are prepared to pay above and beyond market price. And the only person on the planet who's tapped into this is Shavez via Boomerang. And you have zero evidence for this. Absolutely no evidence for this whatsoever.
I never said that it's only him. It's not just Polygon that's
well,
doing
it. Wouldn't matter who it is. It wouldn't matter who it is, because let's go through this one at a time, okay? If there were, and this is what pisses me off, because there are people out there who are prepared to throw out stuff like this based on zero evidence. Let's say there's 60,000 licenses out there, and let's say they're all $500 a license. That's $30 million to get 3x. They need $90 million to pay that out. Some people have suggested that people are going to get their 3x on a basic license in 2 days, a day, or 7 days.
That could be a crazy.
Listen, let's do the maths here. That's $90 million that would have to come from this MEV in a week, 4.5 billion in a year if these people got 3x in 1 week. Now you tell me where one blockchain has got enough people that they'd be able to pull out that money. They could go to another blockchain and get that stuff. Why would they do it on Polygon?
First, why would they do it on Polygon? Polygon is one of the cheapest blockchains that's out there to utilize, and it's fast.
It's not cheap as blockchain if you're going to come in there and pay basically $4.5 billion over a year, more than you could buy it from anywhere else.
And just throw it out there.
I'll come back one level. Have you got one shred of evidence to prove what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, show us.
So you're going to need to know how to use a flash bot. You're going to need to know how to write in code. You're going to need to know...
Have you got one shred of physical evidence that this is actually happening?
Okay, I'll have to get back to you on showing it to you, physical evidence like you want, because I have to go in and learn how to write in code, because that's what he did. He even said it.
No. You don't know that's what he did. You are surmising that is what he did. And you were surmising that he did it in beta training, in the beta testing, but he can't do it now.
Yeah, he can. He just hasn't turned it on.
Why not?
Why doesn't he tell people that? Why doesn't he face up and tell people
that's a different question. Why didn't he tell people what is actually going on? Ethically, you're right. He's not an ethical person. But as far as the platform itself, it is 100% possible to have a MEV bot running with flash phones.
It is possible that there are alien life forms around the universe as well. It is possible. But what we're saying is that, is there any evidence for what you're saying? Because other people have come out and suggested that the smart contract is able to take 5 apples, wave a magic wand, and turn it into 9 carrots, 23 apples, and a bloody cabbage.
Okay,
but
so
nobody's actually show us where that does. That smart contract is pretty damn small as well. So what I'm saying, and I am getting heated here, and I really shouldn't, but the thing is that there are people out there, and it wouldn't really matter whether this is Boomerang or Hyperverse or anything at all. There's people out there who are trying to make investment decisions, and there's other people out there who are saying, well, there is a 1 in a gazillion chance that this is happening based on no evidence. Therefore, that must be what's happening. Well, what we're saying is,
It's
okay,
last
if
straw.
that's what's happening, then how come they haven't sold that? How come they haven't gone into the meetings and said, this is what we are doing? How come, it's like I heard the other night, is that a person said, oh, all this is real, all of it's kosher, you'll see it when it launches, but they were doing something completely different in beta testing. Well, why would you be doing that?
What was the beta testing for?
beta testing
Yeah,
was to
yeah.
see how the platform would hold against all the users using it. I don't know what they did in alpha testing. I wasn't there
So
for that.
do you want to stand up in front of $40 million and say, hey, I think Chavez has got this?
I'm gonna say let's wait because we have to see the.
This is people
Wait,
sign
wait.
up for this
No,
conversation.
because it makes sense as to where all the
It
money
does
is
not
coming
make
from.
sense.
What? No, hold on. What actually makes sense? Okay, Carl Sagan said extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So basically, what I think that this whole concept is pretty extraordinary, right? Because no one in the world has actually done it.
Yes, there is.
All right. And no one in the world has done it with 10,000s of users.
No
one in the world has done this. I've seen people create an arbitrage trade, but basically, the whole thing is here is for people to make money somewhere else. There are people spending money so that those other people can make money.
But MEV bots exist. Do you agree
So
with
do
me on that?
legal marketers, and they
I
just
had no bloody idea prior to last night. I'd never heard of the phrase, and this is what I'm saying is that okay, if these MEV, the one thing that I'm asking here, right, is that based on the premise of what you were saying here, who are these people who are prepared to pay, and only on the Polygon blockchain right at the moment? Who are these people that are prepared to pay over and above market rates? Because that's exactly what you're saying, over and above market rates for stable coins.
I just
no one.
Hold on. So there was something that Susie said that I have to answer. Why are there two different assets in the scenario? Because you need two different assets for the Flashbot to work. That's the way it's designed as far as Flashbots are concerned. To answer your question, Rob, is the sense that MEV bots have existed for months, for years actually. It's just nobody utilizes them. The fact that he's utilizing it now on the Polygon network is just one of the wait.
Stop. I am not putting up with this. You are saying the fact that he is using it. So yes, I am going to pull you up on that. The fact that you think he could be using it.
No, he is using it.
You can't provide one shred of evidence right now that he's actually doing that, can you?
Because I can't bring up his Solidity smart contract in front of you.
The smart contract's right there. It's on the blockchain.
He's saying it, right? Bob's going to call it a scam soon.
The smart contract is right there. It's
and
on
you know how
blockchain.
to read it? Do you know how to read it? Exactly what it means?
Do you?
No.
No, exactly. All right. So what you're basically saying is that I don't know what I'm talking about, and you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know how to read the contract, but I
what
do
you
know.
come up with must be right. What kind of a logic is that?
Okay, Rob. The concept is that what he's doing is it's a MEV bot. It's a so I'm gonna have to go back
the concept
and learn
of what
how
you
to.
think he is doing.
I'm going to
Right,
have to go back and learn how to read Solidity for you.
No,
prove you wrong.
You
Well, he
want to
hasn't
go
delivered it
back
though,
to
has he?
read Solidity before you come up with this 1 in a zillion chance of this is what he could possibly be doing. Has Chavez ever said that he's doing that?
No, because he
Has
wants to keep it as
listen,
a
has anybody in
proprietary.
Are you putting words? Are you leading the witness there, mate?
Has
How do you
anybody
know
in
what Chavez is
Boomerang
thinking?
ever said that they're using an MEV bot?
No, because
But you are, and therefore it must be right.
Rob's doing a good job, I think.
You're going to talk over me. There's no point.
No,
Well,
I'm
you go for it,
asking a
mate.
bloody
Go on.
question.
Let him talk to him, Rob. I mean, you tell me all the time. Let's see.
So the concept is that this is a MEV bot with sandwich trading using flash loans. That's why it makes sense as to why there's on the website there are certain numbers for exact market opportunities. It makes sense as to why there's losing trades and all of a sudden it comes out positive, because the reason why it comes out positive is because they're charging the decentralized exchange a certain percentage to do this trade, because there is a lack of that value, or not value, amount of asset for that trade. There is something in
Where
cryptocurrency
do they
called
get it from?
slippage. You know what slippage is?
Where
Yeah, we
do they
do.
get the
Okay.
assets from?
Aave. You're borrowing the money from Aave. You're sandwiching it in the trade that has slippage. You're causing it to have. That's why in the beginning, when they said, "Oh, this trade wouldn't work," yeah, it makes sense of why it wouldn't work, because it didn't have the slippage available. So the way Chavez makes it seem like, "Oh, it's AI," it's not AI. Okay, that's the lie. That's the lie to the system. It's
It's another lie.
pre-programmed. Okay, as to, because AI, in my opinion, is YouTube. YouTube has an AI service, because when you scroll through all the videos and you like certain videos, you're going to see the same type of videos over and over again, because the system has learned what you like. Chat GPT, you ask it a question, it's going to start answering questions based on what you're asking it so that you can understand. This system, this MEVBot, is not AI. Okay, all it does is that when there's not a trade available because the slippage isn't there, it's not allowing the trade to go through. That's why in quotations it was negative. Yeah, right. Okay, there was no negative trade. Trash It
Okay,
said
I'm
something
going to
very
ask you a question here.
interesting. Wait. Trash It said something very interesting on your stream, saying that you can lose trades. Why? Because if you actually do the MEVBot trade and it comes out negative, you end up spending the gas fee and you don't get the trade. That's why it comes out negative.
So that's a
So you were saying
I have
the
a
asset
question, though.
comes from Aave flash loans, okay?
Okay, so let's take that part out of it, but everybody has to also factor in the 5% cash out fee, the 5% cash out fee, and the admin fee on top of all this.
Well, wait, the 5% cash out fee, where does that come into play? Because you get the money directly into your wallet.
I haven't worked that part out, but don't forget there's a cash out fee attached to all this.
That's part of WAS. That has nothing to do with the MEVBot that is happening on the blockchain.
But that's why they're pushing WAS rather than people joining Boomerang Direct.
Exactly. And the 5% fee that you're talking about is for the downline side, for when you bring people in. That has nothing to do with the trading software that is happening on the blockchain. That's and I find it hilarious.
5%. Well, I'll have to find the meeting, but they said there will be a 5% cash out fee for the Boomerang.
That's the side for WAS, the 5% cash out fee. But
no, there's a 5% platform fee being introduced. That's not the 5% kickback which the leaders will get. But can we come back to one question here? Because you said the assets are coming from the flash loan.
Yes.
They're not. Because you have to pay the flash loan back with the same assets and the flash loan fee inside the same transaction on the same writing of one block.
Correct.
Well, think about
But
that.
the
You're saying that the assets that these people want and they're prepared to pay a premium for are coming from the flash loan. They're not.
So let me ask you like this. I want to borrow money from Aave. That's where I start the system, okay? In apples, there's only I want 150 apples, but there's only 100 available. I produce the 50 other apples. I then charge the system 1.2777 fee for those apples, the 50 apples that I wanted. That's where the money is coming from. And then I give back the 50 apples back to Aave, and I keep the difference in the fee that I charged.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because they're going to Aave, they're getting a flash loan, and let's talk in apples here. They're getting 100 apples from Aave at the start of the block. Danny, just listen to this.
Okay.
They're getting 100 apples flash loan from Aave. They're performing transactions and they're having to pay 100 apples back. So the person who is prepared to pay a premium on those apples, how do they get any apples? Because the apples have gone straight back to Aave within the same block. Right, there's no apples that got mysteriously created within that transaction.
Susie's asked a pretty good question.
I'm trying to read the questions as well.
Okay.
Well, I also the question is, why was the room, all of us, I don't know if anybody was watching today, when people were asking when the trading started, I mean, I was in the room and I started side chatting people, like Danny's thing, and I accidentally side chatted to Joe. As soon as I side chatted that to Joe about the video, he shut down the room. Once you call it out, say, hey, I just saw people are getting side chatted this. I don't believe this is correct. I will get back to you an answer from Shavez. Like, if you didn't know, like, why don't you come back with that?
Yeah, it's always, I don't know, I will contact Shavez. And Joe said the same thing about those recurring payments. I don't know, I will contact Shavez. And heaps of people say that. They never come back on a public meeting. Well, I won't say they never. I've never ever heard them come back and say, well, here's the answer. And I'm still waiting to know where these apples materialized that people were prepared to pay a premium for, that allowed them to pay over and above market rates. They could have gone to any blockchain to buy these things, right? But that Aave provided the apples at the start of the block writing, and Aave had to get back the same number of apples plus interest at the end of writing that block. So where did the apples come from? No one has benefited in that transaction from anything that they got from that Aave flash loan.
He's not addressing.
I'm sorry you don't see it. I
Also,
don't know how else to explain it.
Side note, but all these people, all the leaders have been convicted of other scams, other big, huge scams. I'm finding out from people in every group. They're all coming to me and spilling information about like, oh, like Pankaj, VJ. They were like in this scam, this scam, this scam, this scam. There's like each one of them is in like 10 huge, like multi-million-dollar scams. All the leaders. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me something about Joe. They're all involved in huge, like Pankaj is like the biggest scammer in India. And he's involved in this.
Okay, I want to answer something that Susie is saying, and I wish she could have been in this channel as well. But the reason why you need two coins is because you're introducing one coin, let's say apples, and you're getting back a different coin at a higher value. And then you're giving back that original coin back to the system. That's why you need two coins. You can't do it just one. And then there was something else that was said. The proprietary system. He's calling it proprietary. He actually took the idea from, I would say, YouTube. Took the idea, made a bot, this Mev bot, like I said, and then created We Are All Satoshi around it, and then started charging a rate because you have to you have to give the contract of an ability as to how much you want to trade with, and he's now doing it on a rate basis. And then I want to hear what the guy, the truck driver says, is because he's been asking a question in the background. I don't know his name. Sorry.
But Richard, do you want to ask a question? Yep. No, you can ask a question, mate.
Flakpanzer, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So I need you to stipulate for the viewing audience, are you telling YouTube and the Boomerang platform that prior to the launch of March 1st, there was a bot that Shavez has proprietary access to?
He has read a smart contract.
It's a yes or no.
Okay, can you ask the question one more time, just so I can fully understand it?
Prior to March 1st.
Okay.
We don't know where you're coming from, how long you've been tuning in. Prior to March 1st, yes or no? Does Shavez have access to his own proprietary bot?
Yes.
Okay, so are you stipulating that that bot has been what has been in use this entire time?
More than likely, yes.
Okay, so then does that also alleviate everybody's minds when they buy a license? They're told, here's your fortune cookie. You're going to be able to unfold this when we launch. So you're telling us that they're making pennies, and then on a future date, they're about to unlock $100 bills. That's what you're trying to tell us. Right?
Correct. When he starts the contract.
Call the bullcrap card right now for everybody.
When he starts the contract, because he has not started it yet.
You're not going to back it up with any lick of evidence, and what you're claiming is as good as what he claimed to launch this as a freaking Christmas present. What you're telling us is wait and see and find out, and I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. If you want to come on this live call with us, bring the evidence, or else back up your own freaking evidence. You're not telling us anything new.
Okay.
You're telling us exactly what we've been listening to for 6 freaking months, dude.
Okay, let's do this. Let me come back to you with the evidence as to what a flash bot is. Let me come back to you with the evidence as to what an MEV bot is, together with all of these videos.
I actually think you're working with them. I think you're actually working with them because there's another guy here in the show here backing you up, mate, and they're just putting these false claims out there. I mean, I don't want you creating doubt. And if this isn't ready to launch, then Shavez shouldn't be taking money from people. There's no reason for him to be taking.
That I agree with. I agree with you on that.
So you're working with you're trying to back up someone who's unethical, who's clearly going by his stats, taking $40 million from the community.
So why would I care?
I think you're creating doubt. I reckon you. I mean, he's taken $40 million off the money back investors.
I think it's okay for Flakpanzer or anybody else to have their idea of what could be happening. Where I get a little bit agitated, or probably too agitated, is don't talk that this is happening, because you don't know that is happening, but it could be happening. And that's just like all of these other people who are saying that somewhere within the smart contract there's a lot of this other hocus pocus that's going on, and it's materializing the money which allows all the trades to be paid out. The thing is that no one's actually provided any evidence. And when I ask you, can you read solidity, and you say no, I don't look down on you because I can't read it either. But neither can 99.9% of the population, right? But the thing is that if we see something and we can't explain it, it doesn't mean that we have to go out of our way to find out the most far-fetched possibility that could happen. Because here's one thing, okay, is that if that line of code exists in the website that has got basically most of the payouts lined out in there, why is it there? If the code exists for market opportunities to be randomly created and show a percentage based on an array that is in the code, why is it there? If the MEV flashbot is the way all this is working, why has that not been communicated? Like, so all of these, are they possible? You've got to say basically anything is possible. But the whole thing is that people have been told they're going to get 3x. And this was supposed to launch on March 1. And it hasn't.
When it's supposed to launch, I have no idea. Is it 3x? Is it 4x? Is it 5x? It depends on how the contract was written.
Well,
can it be those market opportunities? Yes, because he has to predetermine the market opportunity because he's got to tell the bot and the script how much he wants each and every trade to do and charge per trade. Is it market opportunity as to how they say it on the website, like it's going and getting the market opportunity? No, that's false. There are false things that are happening.
You're wrong because the market opportunities are not related to what the payouts are. You will not go in there and see a market opportunity that comes up as like 0.98%, and it actually pays out that. It seems to be that those market opportunities are a random figure and they're not related to the end profit that a person gets. Those market opportunities don't show the same for those peers as that line of code that seems to show.
There's a code that goes with it. You even showed it on your stream that, I think Danny showed it, saying that if you put in, let's say $50, that it's going to give you this percentage because it falls in between these numbers. That is how you have to write the code.
That is not. This is what I'm saying. That line of code is in the main JavaScript file. Market opportunities is created in a different file and has got nothing to do with those payouts. So when you go and have a look at those market opportunities and the percentages that are showing there, right, if it works how a few of us think it works, those market opportunities are not payouts. They're random figures based on an array that is randomly generated between the min and the max.
Right.
It doesn't seem to have any correlation or relationship to that other line that seems to show the payouts.
My issue on the side is, let's go with let's play devil's advocate, right? It's legitimate. Why do you keep changing domains? Right? If you're a legitimate application, why do you keep buying new domains and switching them over?
I don't have an answer for that.
That's my like devil's advocate, because like if you're legitimate traffic wise, right, you'd want all your traffic going towards, you would want to build the SEO on the one site.
True. But I don't have an answer as to why he's changing domains.
I
don't have an answer for
that's issue one. I think he's flipping domains because the law enforcement is starting to monitor the Telegram, and they were monitoring realsatoshi.org, and then .org has suddenly disappeared, which I know he owns because he admitted it. He owns it on a call, and I recorded it. And he owns the AI one, which after I sent into law enforcement, hey, the site moved to AI, he must have got something from the domain or something. And then all of a sudden it became Woz.network. And that's because I bought the other domains.
I know, I heard you say that. I thought it was hilarious.
That's why he couldn't get the other one.
If you want that domain, you got to pay me millions of
dollars. That's right. Like, if you're earning all this money, just give me 20 grand. I'll give you the other domains. So,
but what about the main thing is, remember where this originated from? Shavez started working for HyperOne. Shavez started working for Stable Opinion, Stable Deo, and then he kicked Sam out. Well, they kicked Sam out. He's just a puppet, Shavez. He's come in here and he's picked up a Ponzi scheme that's associated with Sam Lee. Sam Lee's been charged with serious fraud for $1.9 billion in connection with his scams. This is all connected together, and now we're out there saying that Shavez is going to come through and save the day.
So wait, he should have just not gone in with when he wanted to start this bot program. He should have just left everybody and said, you know what, I'm going to go and start my own.
It's not his job.
No.
Well, hold on. Why wouldn't you?
Flakpanzer.
I thought he bought the Woz program.
You created this bot that's going to make you what?
Millions.
Untold amount of money. Why would you sell it in a community?
Because
That would scam.
he bought the network marketing. He bought the database. Is what he
So
did.
you
That's
wouldn't
diverse.
need it.
Diverse will
Pull
bought
the
that.
freaking cord.
Hold on, there's Richard. We go.
Flakpanzer. Talking to me again, bud.
I'm listening.
What is your involvement with Shavez prior to Boomerang?
I have no involvement. I'm not even part of the platform. I'm
When did
trying
you
to.
first hear about Boomerang then?
Sorry.
When did you first hear about Boomerang then?
I've been following Danny for a while, and then
Sorry about that.
and then
The Boomerang.
and then I
Cool,
kind of
baby.
fell into it.
Hmm?
Danny, Boomerang.
Okay,
Yeah,
Richard.
I'm
he's
gonna
got you.
answer-
Shut up.
gonna
Shut up,
answer that
Richard.
question.
Shut up. Turn him off. You can hear you,
So,
Rich.
I'm gonna answer
Yeah,
that
right.
question. When did I fall into Boomerang? I followed it probably sometime in the middle of April. Probably like in the
You don't know
beginning of
nothing about
April.
Do you not know that was? Translating.
No, I don't.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That's major, mate.
That's why you're going to hold us all in the dark, and you don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I wouldn't say he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like Waz kind of plays into it a little bit, in my
I mean,
opinion.
I know about Waz in the sense of that I know from Hyperverse, the Hypernation, Hyper whatever. God
Okay.
knows, and I know that it was a Sam Lee project at one point in time. I didn't want to have anything to do with Sam Lee. I was trying to be.
You are
into
though.
it.
You are being part of Sam Lee because this is all originated from Sam Lee.
Right,
This what was the people that claimed the Christmas present was coming out.
but I'm not part of it.
What does
Oh,
it
I'm not
matter?
saying part of it. I'm saying. I think honestly, it's like you guys think. I don't think. I think Sam Lee was the front man, and then he got fired as the front man because of his drinking and coming on calls and stuff. But then I think they said Chavez. He looks sharp. You know, he could play the part.
Yeah. Well, I think. I mean, you've got to look at the history of
Let's be
this.
honest. You can't put
Yes,
Carl up
Susie.
there. You can't put Carl Miller as the CEO. You would say right away you would run away. Yvonne
take-
Henry, no. Crypto
Look over
Tech,
children. Sorry, I have to say that.
Here's a question for
a good
Flakpanzer.
front man.
And we do like the banter, Flakpanzer. I'm just saying, you're more than welcome. I'm glad you're still here, mate. And you're taking a bit of a
Yeah, we
beating.
really wish there was 20 of
But
you.
I think the real funding behind it is HCOM projects because I jumped in their Telegram group and you see them pumping out new program after program. If you sit in that room, you see Ven's in there, Vitalux in there, the preliminary binary compensation for WAS, like stuff that was like while it was still in beta is still sitting in that Telegram group. So I think it's HCOM projects is the ultimate entity. And I don't know where Hyper One and like is maybe
Arbitrage, mate.
I don't know if they're below them as a subsidiary or shell company.
We
That I
have
have not
Crypto
figured
G
out.
We have Crypto G here as well. Just want to announce him. Hello.
And I will continue to keep coming no matter what. I'm not afraid. As long as Danny will have me on his show,
Yeah.
I will continue to come.
Just remember, I was brought up in a religious cult, and it reminds me of this cult when people just go down and have this belief system, and I see it every day. I see these people believing something like they have to have some belief. We have to believe that Shavez is going to pull through, and we have to all hold hands and sing Kumbaya, and it makes me literally physically sick. You know, and I just don't want to.
I don't look
We
at
want
it
that-
from the
It's not the
person's
Bible.
perspective.
We're not using the Bible here to figure out what's going on. We've got the blockchain. What one person in the chat room said something really valuable. Why are they moving money around? Why would they be doing that?
I mean,
Why
you
are they
gotta
moving this
move-
money from one platform to the other?
I mean, I move money from my MetaMask to my
no,
hardware
this is
wallet
intricate
to
stuff.
my other exchanges all the time. I'm moving money
Yeah,
around.
but are you moving like this is like every 20 seconds they're moving money. That to me is a little weird. Like, could you move it like weekly or like twice a day, 8 times a day? Yeah, if you need to fill an order or something, but you know, every 20 seconds, come on. Like you gotta be up.
I don't know what's causing that to move it around like that. I don't think that's a person. That could be a
Come on,
bot
mate.
that's doing
Not
it.
rocket science.
But what's the purpose?
What's the purpose? Because they're
They're
moving it
defining.
between shell companies. in my opinion. I bet because
Look,
actually I might have found one of the shell companies.
But at the same time,
Flakpanzer, I've watched. I've got a lady who's crying on me in a video call, telling me that she's in a company which is money laundering money coming from what we believe is Hypertech Group, and she's now losing her job. They fired the chief financial officer in the company, and it's 6 million. I won't say what currency. A lot of money coming in, and they're taking this money into the real world. This is human trafficking. This is money laundering. This is where they get the money from, and it's just like the cocaine guys. What do they call the cartel? This is the internet cartel we're looking here, Chinese style, whatever it is. And we're sitting here discussing whether Shavez is going to pull this out of his ass, and there is going to be aliens. You know, it's just
I
a belief system.
think we do have to kind of pull back and just have a look at here's what we see, but why do we see it? So the question that I would have for Flakpanzer is, of all the possibilities, and you've been hearing all of the meetings for quite a while, of all of the possibilities that could be happening, in your opinion, what do you think is the most likely?
I think that it is a MEV bot at this point in time. I think that what happened is at this point in time is that the reason why it has not started is there's a glitch and he can't figure out where it is, and he's lying to the people and telling you straight up. He should have just straight up said, "Listen, I have a glitch in the system. I can't start the contract right now because I need to find the issue, and it's a glitch in the software."
Come on, wouldn't he say that? Why wouldn't he tell people that?
Because it creates doubt. Is it really gonna run? Is it really gonna happen? So
I disagree with that because I disagree, because if you were upfront about that instead of saying, "Oh, we're gonna launch in 48 hours," "Oh, we're gonna launch in 48 hours," people would say, "Okay, I can understand a software glitch," you know, and rather than keep giving people, "Oh, 24 hours. Oh, next Saturday we'll be online. Oh, next Saturday." It's like, how many times can you say that before people go, "This guy's up to something shady," you know?
I think the largest clue here is that the key word that comes up all the time is scalability. And the other thing is that there are supposed to be millions of users ultimately able to get onto it. And I think if you actually had a look at the arbitrage potential income, it doesn't match the claims, in my opinion, based on no scientific evidence, only what I would conceive as common sense, because there has to be a finite number of arbitrage opportunities out there. And for people to make money with their 3x, someone somewhere has to be losing money, or basically, as I said before, they'd have to make the decision to pay more for an asset somewhere when they could buy it somewhere else for less.
You wouldn't know that, because when you're doing a trade in the decentralized exchange, you wouldn't realize it. You're doing the trade and it gives you a number. So like, let's say, like for instance, as an example, if I were to go to PancakeSwap.finance and I were to trade out USDT to BNB, and it would give me a number, and I then go and confirm, you would have no idea that there was slippage in there. The slippage is set at 1%. That's what I started out at. You would have no idea that there was a sandwich trade that went in between there and caused me to have the trade go through. You wouldn't know.
You would on a stable coin. You would on a stable coin, and we've seen heaps of those. Arguably the majority of those transactions are stable coins, DAI, USDC, USDT, etc., and yet they seem to be able to pluck out arbitrage from stable coins. And on the one particular day, just because I showed it on a video, I went and had a look at the range of movement for those stable coins, and it moves like some infinitesimal amount between like 1.001 to 0.999, and somewhere in there you're supposed to pluck out 1% when those coins don't move 1%.
It's possible.
And
I
no
didn't-
one's going to pay 1.01
Aliens are possible, mate.
when you can get it for 1.
I never trade
Depends.
for anything. I never trade
It
above.
depends. I've done
Am I
USDC
coming
to
through?
USDT.
You are, mate. Hey, we're going to Crypto G ask a couple of questions. Let's have a go, right? Let's see if we can get something different.
I almost never trade above 0.5% slippage, and usually it's set to 0.1%, which is a tactical move to avoid the MEVs, which you know that I always
You do that, but that doesn't mean everybody does that.
No, exactly, and sometimes it's frustratingly I forget to change the slippage because I'm in too much of a rush to trade on a token. That happens occasionally, but the reason that I use the phrase "I'm only ever 92% certain" is because you can never be sure of what else is bolted onto these things. And I think in the first conversation I had with Danny, when I highlighted the asset flow and the suspicious activity that I'd seen on the back end, I mentioned that there were two other opportunities that could possibly drive profit. And one was, I mentioned the MEV, and the other was actually owning the liquidity pool itself. Because I actually tried to find how I could add liquidity to the pools myself, because ordinarily if you've got a lot of traffic going through that particular place, then it's quite handy to be one of the toll gates.
But liquidity pools wouldn't pay that much.
Let me
sorry.
finish.
Crypto G, finish.
So I looked at actually adding liquidity to a couple of the smaller pools, and it wasn't possible, which brought up all sorts of questions in my head. But in reference to the MEV bot, usually MEV bots, I mean, that extractable value is more often than not used on high ticket trades. And because that was a question in my early analysis of the Boomerang
what do you
program.
consider a high ticket trade?
Hang on, just another 30 seconds. I actually went into the liquidity pools, which I mentioned to you last night on Dex Screener, and I actually watched the trades happening during that early beta phase. And I was specifically looking for pre-trades, i.e. MEVBot trades that would come in. Because that was one of my suspicions, maybe that's what he was doing. And there was no sign of that activity. So what I suggest, Flak, is that rather than defending against the four of us, this is proper Jehovah's Witness style, you actually go back to Chavez, Carl, whoever, and
I don't have access to that.
Well, somebody perhaps, or not, but really you need to come back with the proof, as Rob said earlier, and put that on the table. Then we can discuss that, because at the moment it's in that 8% beyond the 92% certainty.
But do you agree that
aliens are also in that 8%?
But since you know about crypto and contracts, do you agree that it can be a MEVBot that is actually running this with flash loan?
I've always said along that I would expect people to be, and it's a really competitive market for MEVs. I mean, it's a high cost because you have to get the actual miners or the validators on the Polygon.
He's using an aggregator.
If you'd have to pay to move your trade in front of someone else's trade, especially if they're running a lower slippage on there. But go away, come back with the documentation, and we'll go through it. But at the moment, as Rob said, this is just speculation, and we're not going to get anywhere with this, because we believe one thing and you have a belief for something else, and without the proof and the facts, then we can't continue.
Let me get back to you. I just wanted to kind of come in and showcase as to what is going on You want proof? I'm going to have to go back and learn how to read the solidity contract and read the smart contract to
Well,
show you
might save
where
people
it
from
is.
losing $40 million.
To show you where it is, okay,
Yeah,
and show you how it runs, because that's what you're looking for, is how it runs. I realized last night that all of the negative points that we've been discussing here on this stream, it makes sense now as to where the money is coming from. It clicked in my brain to say, okay, this is how it's running. Okay, if you understand a flash bot, okay, not a flash loan, a flash bot. You understand a flash bot, you understand flash loan, you understand sandwich trading, you understand MEV bot. All of those put together, you understand as to where the trades that they claim on the market opportunities, how they come up with that, how they come up with all the pairs, because they're deciding it. They're using aggregators to do it. Everything makes sense. And the thing is that in order to start this whole concept,
What makes sense about it?
How you get those trades to come out to be the trades you're getting. The thing is where one second, Rich, one second. Rich, 1 second. The concept is where, as you said, Danny, he's not being truthful, is that he didn't start the contract. He's got to pay inside the Solidity platform. He has to pay for the contract to start. He hasn't done it yet. Why? I don't know. Okay.
This is the bot contract that you're talking about, yeah?
You have to pay the contract. Yes, you have to fund the contract.
First one.
Yeah.
Stipulate the first and the second. Say it for what it is. You're not talking about the first contract. He's talking about the second one. But you're not addressing the first contract. That's why I'm telling you.
Which contract are you talking about, Rich?
That's coming in. You're not addressing the fact that Chavez has completely announced that there's a separate contract. Contract number one was what he had proprietary knowledge and authority over as a Christmas gift. Then that freaking got pulled together into what we're going to launch. What they said launched is supposed to be the second contract. So you're not even addressing what you're trying to talk about.
The second contract is what I'm talking about. The first contract, he took it down. Yes. There's two contracts.
Then this is where you got a problem, Flakpanzer. This is where you have a problem, because you need to go home and do your homework that you're resigning to go do. But what you need to first realize to do is the fact that the only money that's coming in and moving is coming from multi-level marketing. So you can have the dream all you want and sleep with Chavez and wake up in the morning and your balls will be shaved. Everything will be fine.
He can run this system. He can run this system without any money. He doesn't need it. You can literally start all you got to do.
Well, why is he taking people's money then if he doesn't need it?
Because he's selling a product.
I do think
there's no product if it doesn't deliver. There's no product.
I do understand the.
What do you consider the product to be? The bot?
The bot is the product. And
so then why not remove? Why not just sell Boomerang legends and remove all the weird Satoshi stuff?
Yeah. He's selling the idea that you can make you're getting a 3x ability in the sense of I'm only going to limit you as to how much of the flash loan you can utilize.
Right there.
Yeah, where does the 10% come from that he pays people out from? If they're paying them for a Boomerang,
that's the multi-level marketing side. That you could say it's a pyramid scheme side. Multi-level marketing is pyramid.
I would ask, why are you selling a license full stop? If you have the ability to create licenses for all of these people, you could create them all for yourself, or just create one master thing and go out and trade. And so instead of selling a license and people are going to get 3x of their license fee, you could actually have it all yourself. You wouldn't need to interact with a community, MLM marketers.
He's not a community leader. That's why he got Lucky and all the other leaders to do it for him.
But why would he need a community? Why would he need to sell a license?
He doesn't.
Are you related to him?
No.
What I don't
You sure?
understand, what I don't understand
wanna
is
do
why
is see if
you
Flakpanzer-
want to believe this is so much.
Because it doesn't make sense to me as to why would you want to do this, and then when it comes out, because let's just
$40
take
million?
as an example, let's take out the idea that it's Chavez and it's a person who's doing this. Does the
Okay.
platform make money? And the answer is yeah, it does, if the contract were to be funded. You guys keep wanting to blame the guy Chavez because he's got a shady history.
No, it's
No.
not. That's
No, I want him
Hypertech
to
Group
go
is
to
who I'm
jail.
going after, mate. Hypertech
Okay,
Group's been behind all
Hypertech
these
Group.
scams in the last 2 years, mate. That's what I'm saying. It's just another friggin' scam.
He's the head of that snake right now.
He's the puppet, mate. He's the head puppet. You know, Ryan Jew is connected with human trafficking. You know, I watched 200 videos of these people being slaughtered. One guy jumped off the roof and bounced up down the ground. This organization, Hypertech Group, is just using these guys. He's a
Like
mule.
Black, right? Let's say like you're right, right? We'll put Crypto G as the top, right? But again, I go back to the MLM. Why have that? Why not just send straight up licenses? Like, hey, I have a bot like any other person out there. You can use my bot for X amount per month or X amount per year.
Because multi-level marketing gets the word out for your platform much faster than just straight up selling it on
And we're
YouTube
not
or
saying that
Facebook or any
But
other.
if your bot is the like, all it would have to have is traction by one YouTuber and say, hey, I'm earning 50% every month, and your membership would fly through the roof.
It still shows that network marketing and word of mouth advertising is the best way to advertise a platform.
Okay.
I'm going to ask a question here. Hold on, Richard. I'm going to ask a question here.
Thank you.
Why do you need to sell the licenses when you allegedly have a bot that you could run yourself, and instead of all those people who bought licenses making money, you would be making all of their money?
Wants to spread the word. Give the love.
And if you want to, you're selling licenses so that you can make extra money on the side, so to speak. You can
can't
make money.
Extra money.
You can make money with a
You're
program
making
without bringing in the multi-level marketing side, but you can make more with it.
No,
So why
you
not?
can't.
No, that's rubbish.
I'm making
can't.
50% of the money, and the other 50% goes to the field.
Why
There you
would you
go.
associate yourself with a whole lot of scammers that have been pushing scams down people's throats for the last, in my opinion, 3 or 4 years?
Oh, wouldn't that be bad PR for you?
I reckon.
If you have a look at a major company like Tesla, they sell shares in Tesla because they need to generate the funds to build the company they want to make the money they need. No one in here is suggesting that he sold licenses or anybody has sold licenses to generate the money that they needed to start, because apparently he already started.
Yeah, he's very wealthy. He had his own corporation at the age of 17. And
Danny,
he's also
I've
developed AI that everyone uses in the
Sorry.
world, but he can't tell you what that is because he signed an NDA, just like Sam Lee did.
And a person from Arbe even suggested to me in an email that if you had the ability to get the flash loans and to do arbitrage trading, why would you complicate it by selling licenses to other people? You just do it yourself.
Because you're building a business around a product that you've created.
Why?
that business
You
registered?
don't need to sell. You
get what
actually
you
don't
don't-
need a customer, because the people paying you money are out there on the exchanges. They're not behind their laptops.
I want to create a product.
Why?
I understand that part, yeah.
Every multi-level marketing company wants a product. They want to be like Amway so they can sell these licenses, get the
But
commission. They don't care.
here's my second issue. Like, if you take out Chavez, put in, we'll call him person B, right? Who has no shady history, right? Once you promise 3x, you're a security issue. Securities and exchange.
I get it. I get that part, but the thing is that doesn't exist in crypto yet.
No, it falls under that.
Not in decentralized. They're working on it.
But it's not decentralized. That's the problem with Chavez. It's not a decentralized thing.
No, WAS is centralized, but the decentralized exchanges, I mean, they're talking about bringing down all the decentralized exchanges because of all the stuff that's been happening. They don't want decentralized exchanges.
Decentralized, so he falls under that. If you separated WAS multi-MLM versus and had Boomerang as a side product, could you Do it probably, yeah.
No one's picked my numbers yet. Remember, we step right up here, ladies and gentlemen. Pick your numbers. Somebody please go and we've got 35 people in here. You must be someone who's got a license. Go and bid USDT and Rapmatic.
So that you can put it up on your thing to say that...
and I will give you my dollar that I preloaded the account with this morning. Somebody go and do that. I'm refreshing this and no one's doing it and it's starting to piss me off.
Can I go?
Well,
Can I go tell my friend?
I need to get some work done. But the one thing that I will say is that if this does turn out to be an MEV bot, I will owe you a drink, Flakpanzer. The thing that I get a little bit too agitated to, so I apologize for my outburst before, is that I don't think this is a logical argument. It's as simple as that. I don't think this is a logical argument. And at the end of the day, hopefully in the next 24, 48 hours or whatever it is, trading will go live and it will prove that all of the naysayers and all of the people who think this is not legitimate are wrong. So it's as simple as that, because them going live and people getting their 3x, that will basically shut everybody up.
I appreciate the apology, but I don't. Thank you anyway. The thing is that will it be in 3 days? No, that's not possible.
Well, that's the expected launch. I'll tell you right now. I've been looking at what the leaders are pushing around. They say tomorrow. Actually, is what they're saying.
No, what I'm talking about is, are you going to get your 3x in 2 days? No, it may take 10 to 15 days for it to happen.
Yeah. Well, I have been listening very carefully because obviously I want to throw factual information out when I find it, and it's not necessarily factual information of what's happening, but of what people have said. People have said anywhere from 1 day to 2 days to a week. And even if it was 10 to 15 days, I think that basically would shut everybody up as well. It would shut me up, I'll tell you that. So hopefully that's going to happen, and fantastic. All right, Bob's your uncle. All right, and 15 days from now, we'll all be buying our Boomerang license.
You're going to buy a Boomerang license?
If people are 3xing their money in 10 to 15 days, I think I might even hop on the bandwagon. I just can't see it happening, but I hope I'm wrong.
I do have to agree with the people who are on the Zoom. Why the hell do they have the Boomerang licenses up on the website to bypass the We Are All Satoshi site? That doesn't make any sense. And I can understand why they're pissed off.
Yeah, that was Shavez who put them up. And if I recall this correctly, that was around about the time that they went to the Dubai Expo. And it was because the leaders, basically the members of the community had limited time to sell as much, because there were licenses that were exclusive for We Are All Satoshi members. And that in X number of days, that exclusivity was going to end, and that's why it went up on the website. So I think that was late February that happened.
Right, but why have it now?
I'm not arguing with you. Like if I was selling this, it seemed like an opportunity to add more pressure to get more sales
the answer
faster.
Is because it's not Chavez's, it's Pavel's. Nobody ever says it's Pavel's. Just like he said, he's not a business owner. He's not the CEO. So stop trying to inflate Shavez when we're on this line and get down to the nitty gritty and point out the freaking problems. It's a problem that you can get the license without the MLM scam side of it. That's a problem. And we need the help of the government to step up, so then people like the intelligence of Flakpanzer don't have to do this crap.
Richard spoken.